You try to avoid those situations. I myself plough him into the sand. It wasn't my finest rescue, but...
I don't think he's going to thank you.
Yeah, why didn't he thank me? Saved his life.
Rarely used today, the tube was once the main piece of rescue equipment for lifeguards.
He didn't realise where he was and he was just getting sucked out to sea and this situation was starting to get serious. You know, I just have a natural affinity with paddling the board. I love it. For this day, for me to opt for the tube is sort of saying something about that shore break.
Singlet's choice of equipment is attracting attention from his colleagues.
I reckon that's been a rescue all day.
The shore is hectic.
Even though the shore break was quite heavy, I still would have went the board because you're going to float out pretty far with that tube.
Yeah, I was running to the water and I got to sort of waist depth and I saw this huge shorey coming and I thought, oh no.
Bad choice of equipment.
Despite a violent pummeling, Singlets isn't regretting his decision.
You know, I came up and I thought, gee, I'm glad I've got this tube behind me. Like, trying to do that with a rescue board would have been a nightmare. So I thought I've actually made the right decision here.
I suppose getting through that shorey on the board, he could have, got hit back once, and that timing would have been put back a bit.
When I swam out to the patient, he was very tired and a little bit disorientated as well. He didn't really know how he'd got out so far or where he was. He probably wasn't used to seeing a lifeguard with a tube either.
Singlets loops the tube around the man, clipping it shut so he doesn't lose hold of him. He must now swim himself and the man back through the shore break.
Dead weight, the guy's like standing up, like vertical.
Swim in was an absolute nightmare. Like, now I know why we don't use tubes often.
Yeah, tube rescues are up there with one of the hardest things to do. You've got a tube attached to the patient and you're dragging that body weight back to shore.
Like a log.
We know that all the boys are watching and there's always a running commentary, and I thought, if we can't get in and we're stuck in this rip, this is not going to go down well at all.
They might go over the shorey together.
Well done, mate, no worries.
Singlets did a great job being able to put that person on the tube and bring them back in through backpackers.
It all ended out pretty well in the end, but you had one pretty exhausted lifeguard. At the end of the day, as long as patient and lifeguard make it back to the beach, it doesn't matter how you do it. It could be undignified, it could be ugly, it could be funny, but as long as you both make it back to the beach alive, then job done.
The art of doing a rescue, it's a skill that you take time to build up. And it's just not an easy thing, but the more you do it, the easier it gets. When you've got the patient, it turns into a bloody circus out in the ocean. You've got to really manhandle them to get them on the board.
Well-performed rescues earn recognition. Get it wrong, and you can just about hear the laughter out in the water.
Do whatever it takes to get them back in.
Tommy knows his every move is being watched.
Ryan was in the tower and just gave a radio call at a few heads down the south corner.
Central to Tommy, that kid in the black shirt, that's Tommy right down the south end. Yeah, copy.
I realised pretty quickly that I had to move fast and get out there to him as soon as possible because he wasn't the best swimmer.
Tommy's in.
When I got to him, he was really tired, his breathing was heavy and he didn't have much longer in him out there. When you get people on the board, you tell them lay on your belly, face the front, and every now and then, like a little skinny kid like himself, I was like, just lay on your back, that'll do.
When rescues go wrong, a lifeguard's pride isn't the only thing that can get hurt.
And I thought, here we are, nice wave back to shore. Then he sits up, which caused a nosedive. And this resulted in me getting a rescue board straight to the balls. I thought, oh no, the balloons have popped. Got me good.
Look at him waddling up the hill.
He looks like a penguin.
Right in the meat and 2 veg. Besides that, it's pretty good, eh?
15 minutes later, Tommy gets a second chance to strut his stuff in front of the team.
It's just fallen off the back of that bank in the south corner. Yeah, hand's gone up.
Once the hand goes up, we go straight away. I wouldn't say I've recovered from my previous injury, but duty calls.
There's a few waves rolling in now.
Got to the patient and I realised he's a big bugger. So I got him on the board.
He's got him now.
And started paddling back, and here comes a wave, and I thought, beauty, straight back to shore. Probably about half a second before the wave hit, I thought, oh, this guy's a bit far forward, actually.
In his quest to master the board rescue, Tommy invents a technique of his own.
I hit the water and surfaced, and my first thoughts was, how the hell did I just do that? And I just felt this slow motion lift like the aircraft taking off. I was up near the helicopters doing their tour guides around Bondi. I was pretty high, but what goes up must come down. Every rescue you do down here, everything's a learning curve.
What I always wanted to do, pole vault.
As a volunteer lifesaver heads toward a woman being helped by two stronger swimmers, Jackson spots someone in trouble further out.
Yeah, so I noticed the lady, she was trying to swim, but it was actually quite strong that day, and it was pushing her out to sea quite rapidly. If you fall off the sandbank usually and you're not the most confident swimmer, you're going to find yourself in a bit of trouble and you'll probably get taken out to sea and panic. Grab on. Pretty strong, eh? Once she got a hold of my board, I could see the relief in her eyes. You all right? It's okay, jump on here to jump on the board.
The woman struggles to climb onto the board.
I think she may have just been so tired that she needed to first have a rest. We need to get you on. As I was trying to get the lady on the board, at the corner of my eye, I see a red and yellow volunteer surf lifesavers cap. I thought, well, why not use him? And I'll try and get him to help me get her on the board. Let's get her on.
It appears the volunteer lifesaver wants to do more than just offer assistance.
This board, if you want, behind you. Here, jump on, and then you need to face. All right, she's on with you. There you go. And then before I knew it, she was gone. She'd latched onto the other bloke's board, and she'd left me high and dry. It sort of never happened to me before. Stolen one. Mate, just pinched him from me. He was more in a sort of age bracket, so she took more of a liking to him.
She obviously thought yellow was a better colour and jumped on my board.
A surfer keeps the woman afloat until Harrison can get her on the board.
You're right, you're right. You're going to jump on. You're going to face up, I'll take the start. Face the front. You're going to lie down. All right, you're good.
I was gobsmacked. It definitely wasn't the appropriate beach wear to be swimming. It was like some resort where you'd see someone wearing at a 5-star hotel, but you wouldn't wear that swimming down here.
Sarai is from Washington, D.C.
Jump on. You're going to come over here, okay?
That was the most challenging rescue I reckon I've done for a while. Fully clothed, made it that awkward.
You're all right. Just make sure you go right up when the flags next time, okay?
I was like semi-drowning. I went like the waves were high and I went in. I couldn't swim as much as I thought I could back in. Yeah, he ended up trying to get me. But I'm a big girl, so it was a little struggle too. And yeah, been a lifeguard for like 7 years back home. And I've never experienced that before. What if I didn't know how to like assist him?
Sarai doesn't intend to take Harrison's job anytime soon.
Like I used to teach swim lessons and I worked at an actual pool, but I've never been to a beach, so it's completely different. It's more work. Like usually I thought he could just help me and like we just glide through, but no, like those waves were coming in strong and like I had no idea it was different.
Next time Sarai comes down for a swim down at Bondi, go between the flags and maybe find some more appropriate swimming attire.
Who would have thought that the worst rescue in lifeguard history could get even worse? It was late in the afternoon. We noticed a girl in the rip in the north corner struggling to get back in. I paddle out. She's a long way out.
The woman is 50 metres from the beach and making no progress against the rip.
Okay? You okay? There you go. You're going to jump on, lie down like a surfboard, okay? You all right?
Yes.
Going to jump up, lie down like a surfboard. Come on. Bring your legs around to me. Come here, you gotta come here. That's just where everything went downhill pretty quickly. You're gonna face that way. And I noticed I'm not in for an easy one here. Jump up.
To make matters worse, they are still on the escalator. Now, 80 metres from the beach.
Come here, give me your arm, give me your arm. We're gonna be out in New Zealand soon.
They just keep drifting further out.
I thought, all right, there's only one option for this. Lifeguards have a technique that we use for unconscious patients. We roll the board upside down and we drag their hands on top of the board. Ready? Yeah. Then roll the board over, then hoping to get half of their torso on the board and we can spin them round, which works. You're gonna face it, bring your leg to me, okay? Bring your leg to me. Come on, come on, I've got to go back to shore.
Oh no.
This technique didn't even work. Come here, you're gonna come here.
Oh my God.
You're gonna jump on, lie down like a surfboard, okay? At North Bondi, you've got the grassy knoll in the afternoon. It's like being at a theatre and everyone's watching you. You're on stage.
What's going on there? That's weird.
I know the boys are watching from the tower. Face that way. Who would have thought that the worst rescue in lifeguard history could get even worse? Come on, bring it. I would hate to think how long I was in the water for. It's trying to get this girl in. It's a nightmare.
Oh no, fell off again.
And we've still drifted further and further out, and I still haven't even got her on the rescue board. For me, being out in the water, that's time away from being on the radio, and if something else does happen, you know, we can't respond to that incident. This is drastic now.
Oh my God.
We need to go to the last resort. You know what you're gonna do? Hold on to the back handles, okay? So the last resort is just... Hold on to the back handle. Hang on to the handles and I'll somehow try and drag you in. And so she grabs the handles and I start paddling. She just lets go straight away. Hold on. Stay holding on to the handles. I'm all right, mate. All right, just don't try and get up. Don't try and get up. Just hold on to the handle. Come here. I've done a lot of rescues. I reckon you're the worst one I've ever had. All right, just hold on there. Don't move. Don't move. Okay. Just don't move. This is by far the most embarrassing moment of my career.
Yeah. You nailed it. Look like Harrison is the one getting rescued.
I think I might have invented a new technique and I'm gonna have to give Hop a call because we need to redo the manual hop.
Thank you, my friend.
You okay?
Yes, thank you.
You're more than welcome. Just go back to shore and don't swim down there, okay?
Thank you.
Don't let your friend down there. She's not a good swimmer. I've never been so excited to feel and touch dry land in the sand before in my life.
Mate, I don't know why.
That was hands down the worst rescue I have ever done.
These boards aren't designed to go through or under big waves. It makes our job more difficult to get out there, but we do a lot of training on them.
Hey, boys, you all right?
We often get a hand from the board riders. The surfers know when the surf's bigger that a swimmer out of their depths, they're not going to get back in. If they see somebody in trouble, they'll go and ask them, "Are you okay, mate? Do you need a hand?"
Mate, there's a bit of a set approaching. We've got two guys in the rear. Chapo is got one on the board, and the other guy's just hanging onto a leg rope of a surfer.
Just in case something else happens and worst comes to worst, you can paddle back out.
It'll be good watching them come in.
Getting back in, you have to be wary of sets coming and breaking on you.
Missed that one.
Because you've got somebody who is not a good swimmer, and the last thing you want to do is throw them over a big set head first into the sand.
He could be on for a wave on the head here. Yeah, he's done a good nosedive.
Sending someone down the mine is basically throwing them over a dumping wave head first into a sandbank.
We got smashed. Good workout. I got nosedived down at the mine. And he's gone. He just wanted to get straight out of here. It wasn't my finest rescue, but, you know, it was a rescue nonetheless. Felt myself plough him into the sand.
He made it back.
He made it back.
I don't think he's going to thank you, though.
Yeah, why didn't he thank me? Saved his life.
In the south corner, 2 swimmers are held up by a volunteer lifesaver. The man is covered in a generous layer of sunscreen.
Could not, for the life of him, get him on my board. So slippery. I knew the boys were watching on the beach and I panicked.
As a paid professional lifeguard, it's Luke's responsibility to get the patient to shore.
Saw the clubbies drive by in a rubber ducky and, you know, passed him on.
Oh, Daddy. That's so heavy, mate.
He's given in, he gave him to the IRV.
As soon as I've done that, I realised I'd made a pretty big mistake.
He's going to get straight for that.
What the hell? Tell him when he hits the beach, he has to speak to the boss. First rule of Lifeguard Club, never hand a patient over to anyone, especially the poor volunteer that's donating his time.
Who's walking back?
Yeah, it was harsh, but probably deserving. I made a mistake and it's a pretty fair punishment, I think.
Veteran lifeguard Harry's is willing to retrieve Luke from the shoreline.
Gee, it's so slippery. That was horrendous.
But that's where the generosity ends.
I know people are going to be slippery when wet, but they've got to stick to the board sometimes.
I know to say it, I know. It's tough love down here. I've got nothing to say. I've got nothing to say.
On the lifeguards to Bondi Patrol, I just want to thank you for that rescue you guys did down the southern end of the beach. That poor lifeguard's died.
Harry's and Skeeny spot an illegal trespasser.
I see this horse-like creature. It was a dog. It was like a Great Dane. Just come running by me and start bowling kids over, and I'm like, oh my God. And a few seconds later, I see the owner chasing the dog.
Hey, yeah! Thank you, Mom. I got it. Get him in, bring him in. Come on. Come down here. Thank you so much.
As soon as I got in the vehicle, and he just jams himself under my legs.
Gosh, yeah, my legs are jammed up. What are you doing? Come here.
Skeeny has to get out of the buggy and come around to my side, the driver's side, and grab the dog.
I've got him. I'll walk you back around and sit him on that side. I've got him. Let go of him. I'll walk you back now. And then sit up.
We both had to wrangle the dog to get it back in the vehicle. The poor owner's just watching the whole time.
Right, sit.
He jumped, I was literally driving with him from parking spot. He jumped down the passenger. So I left my car over there and sprinted.
I really think that for every occasion you do need a song. And there's no better song than
How much is that dog in the window?
So much trouble!
He was going mad down the flag. He's so beautiful.
That's so much trouble. If I get off here?
No, he'll be right.
You know, when you have a Great Dane / horse, you know, you need different defensible measures than walking a Chihuahua along the promenade or up in the car park. So, you know, maybe having a couple of ropes on that dog or a lasso or something ready to go before it hops out of the car next time.
In the middle of the beach, a man struggles to stay afloat. He's running out of energy.
Yeah, boys, he's around. That guy's starting to panic.
How's it going, man? Yeah, I'm done. Get to my life. Hang on, buddy. Come on. Hang on. You all right? You good?
It's a life-saving rescue.
Yeah.
But Harrison gets an unexpected response.
Don't spit in my phone.
And it was just like the blowhole of a whale. It went, whew. This big gust of water just hit me in the face.
Get your breath back. You good? Breath back. Mate, you're right.
That guy was fully panicking by the time Huts went there. He was jumping off the bottom, climbing the ladder. It's a good rescue.
From the UK, Maddie is in Australia to watch the Cricket World Cup.
How you doing? Good.
Yeah, when we got Matty back to shore, he was exhausted. He had put in the hard yards to stay afloat, the poor bloke, yeah.
Harrison is worried Maddie is at risk of secondary drowning.
Did you swallow much water?
Yeah, but you're fine.
Is there water in your lungs or?
Yeah, but a little bit.
Once they think they're on the sand, they think that's it, they're saved, but sometimes it's not that. Maybe that's just the beginning. I kind of knew if Maddie had taken on a bit of water, the danger there is secondary drowning. That's the worst thing that could happen because people could have a near drowning, go home and that night and just not wake up because of the water in the lungs. So it is very serious.
Barely a few steps from shore, a tourist is being swept out to sea.
Fully going under again. There's a kid in a fluoro weddy holding him up.
Mid-rescue, the young surfer suddenly abandons the man and heads back to shore.
That's off its head. Go.
Yeah.
Maxie finally reaches the man, who's worn out from fighting the rip. Confused and tired, the man chooses an unconventional position.
I just wanted to have a bit of a relaxing ride in. You know, looking up at the stars.
Oh, I just faced impact. Look at this. This is epic.
A very unconventional rescue. Very original.
It was all time.
It's okay? Okay, thank you.
The question remains, what caused the young surfer to try and rescue the man, then suddenly abandon him?
Our surfer was trying to help me. He got stung pretty bad by a blue bottle, so he ditched him. We were watching him, and the kid did a good job.
Good.
You good? You hurt, no?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Today was this young surfer's first attempt at a rescue.
Tell me what happened out there.
Well, I was paddling out and I asked the guy if he's struggling, so I just gave him my board and then I was stung like 3 times.
Good effort, mate. Future lifeguards right here, eh?